How do you suffer this place? To draw breath is to suffocate.
This is my home, Moors. My people, my land, my town. I suppose the wall is far better?
All right, you win.
Alistair, is it really you? You're alive!
Of course. Why? Did you think me dead?
Died for the Queen, they said. As if that would really happen. Alistair's too crafty to get himself killed, is what I told them. But it's Valar. That snake told everyone that he saw you die with his own eyes. He's sticking to his story, and as nobody dares contradict him...
Valar? He's here?
Yes, that's what I just said. Who on earth are you?
Ryman, you know Sir Mors Westford. He was at my side throughout the rebellion. What were you saying about Valar?
Well, he came here one day with his Bloodseekers. A bloody bunch of thieves, if you ask me. He put them in the castle, then declared that they had to stay there until he'd finished his affairs here. Meanwhile, he's been acting like the entitled Lord of Riverspring. He even stripped me of my rank of captain to give it to that bloody Wex. What I wouldn't give to rip the guts out of those two there.
And nobody tried to go against these dogs, ice and darkness. Have you all gone so craven?
The Crown is behind this marriage. To challenge it would be a huge risk. What about you, eh? You disappeared again. What were we supposed to do?
Well, well, what do we have here? Don't tell me Ryman's drunk again.
Captain, you'll have to introduce us to the innkeeper one day. We all wish he were as generous with us as he is with you.
Who are these two? Friends of yours?
Hold your wicked tongue. I am Alistair Sarwick, and these lands belong to me.
Alistair, you say? Sir Valar told us that you may turn up here. You shouldn't have come back, my friend. You're supposed to be dead. And we're here to make sure you stay that way.
Those pieces of shite got what was coming to them. This attack can only mean one thing. Valar knew full well you weren't dead. He only said that to hurry the ceremony.
What ceremony?
The wedding! He has come to marry Eliana, claiming that the Crown wanted this matter settled once and for all. And as everyone believed you dead, she no longer had much choice, so she decided to accept.
And Valar ordered the Bloodseekers to lie in wait for me so I wouldn't spoil his plans. That bastard will stop at nothing.
But now that you're here, that changes everything. He plans to consummate this marriage before the end of tonight. We must make haste.
Now that I have returned, he has no claim to this land. We should expose his treachery for all to see. The people and lords will hate him for this lie. He will have no other choice but to leave.
A good plan, provided you can reach him alive. If you go up there, it won't be long before your head is atop a spike.
He's right. The Bloodseekers protect the castle. You won't get very far alone.
Ryman, how many guards remain loyal to you?
Only a handful, I'm afraid. Valar hanged 3 of my men for treason. Their only wrongdoing was telling him openly what they thought. After seeing that, many of the others left the town to return to their families.
A handful will not suffice. We need the support of all Riverspring so Valar dare not touch us.
You should speak with Maester Harwin. He'll know what to do.
Where can I find him?
At the port. He thought Valar was lying about you all along. He spends his time over there, speaking to boatmen from King's Landing to receive news of you.
Let's go. We have to stop this wedding, no matter the cost.
Very well. I shall try to gather some swords. I will return to you as soon as I can.
Be careful, cousin.
You too, Alistair.
Alistair! Thank the Father. Nobody had heard any news of you. I was beginning to lose hope of ever seeing you again.
Yes, I am alive and well, but Valar would have it otherwise. His men have orders to kill me on sight.
I dreaded something of this vile nature. When he came and told us you were dead, I thought immediately that it was some trickery on his part.
That's the kind of vulture he is. Unfortunately for him, he has no chance of killing Alistair.
Harwin, here is the knight Mors Westford, an old friend. He too has a score to settle with my half-brother.
Then we have to act quickly. The wedding will start soon.
Ryman told me that Valar had 3 of his guards hanged. What do the people think of that?
The mood is tense. Many are hostile to the idea of seeing a bastard take the place of your father. And Valar, hastening this unholy marriage, did nothing to appease them.
He's hastening it, you say? Then that means the Queen has not legitimized this ceremony. And if it's not a royal decision, it means the bastard is acting of his own accord. I need to see Eliana.
A wise decision. The Lords have not forgotten the role you played in resolving the riots. Her help may be just what you need to win them over to your cause.
This cursed court bears such a grudge. I had hoped that after suffering all of Valar's wickedness, they would welcome me with open arms.
I wish it were that simple, Alistair, but do not count on it too much. Unfortunately, the Lords have never put their trust in you. You had been away for years, fighting on Lord Tywin's orders. And after the rebellion, you vanished without trace. Some people have never even heard of you. They would have preferred to have seen Gawain follow your father, or even your sister, if it were not for her being a woman. Because of all this, they accept Valar as their new lord, despite all his failings. With him, they see Eliana keeping the reins of power at Riverspring.
But Heart of Fire, how can they be so blind? Valar will share power with no one. Eliana will have no say whatsoever as soon as the marriage has been consummated.
Your sister is no fool. If you still live, she will not enter into a marriage that will cost her everything. But to understand that, she has to see you with her own eyes. I can pass on a message to her on your behalf and arrange a meeting in a discreet location.
It's risky. Who's to say that she doesn't welcome becoming a legitimate power as the lady of the castle? If that's the case, she may well betray us.
Mors, you're speaking of my sister. She would never do that.
I don't want to take any chances. Do you really think a slip of a girl and some lordlings can make the slightest difference up against Valar's men?
Let me remind you that Ryman promised us warriors.
Have you seen Ryman?
Yes, he's searching the town for any worthy men. He will join us afterwards.
I don't like the thought of doing nothing and just waiting for him. I should speak to Eliana as soon as possible. We can come back later. Harwin, please inform her of my arrival.
I will have a message sent to her, even if I can no longer freely roam the castle. There are still a few servants who have remained loyal to me.
Perfect. Tell her to wait for me near the entrance to the Godswood. It's discreet enough.
Very well. Stay here. I won't be long. It's done. Eliana should be waiting for you across from the watermill.
Let's go. Harwin, please stay here in case Ryman makes an appearance.
Of course. May the gods be with you, Alistair. To see you defend Riverspring like this, your father would have been proud.
Thank you, Harwin.
It's of no...
Get over here so I can break your skull.
Thank you so much, my lord. If you hadn't come...
Pick up your clothes and run home, child. You've been through enough today. Again. Village later.
May the seven bless you, my lord. Those thieves helped themselves to whatever they wanted. And to think they're supposed to keep order.
Do not worry. I will soon put an end to these disgraceful acts.
What was that?
A job well done, I'd say. I hand out justice around here.
Let that man go.
Get up and away with you. Your crimes will go unpunished today. Give thanks to the Lord of Light.
Thank you, my lord. I won't do it again.
Never settle. For this old. Is that Sarwick?
hurt anyone else, at least.
Alistair, you live! Oh, thanks be to the merciful mother. I really hoped he was lying, but as we'd heard no news, I had to bring myself to accept this ceremony.
Don't worry, little sister. I've come to put an end to it all.
I've dreamed of hearing you say that.
Eliana, this is Mors. He's an old friend of mine. Maybe you remember him.
Yes, I think so. I'm sorry, Alistair, but time is growing short. We have to stop this wedding.
Do not worry, little sister. Riverspring belongs to the Sarwiks. As long as I live, Valar will never have it. He will be gone from these lands by the day's end, dead or alive.
Alistair, remember that Valar is the Queen's man. Killing him would do nothing to solve our problems with the Crown.
Quite the opposite. Once Valar is no more, only Alistair will stand to inherit Riverspring.
He tried to kill me, Eliana. His men attacked me, in our own streets, on his orders. When our banner men learn of his treachery, they will all rise up against him, regardless of what the Queen may say. No one will stand between me and our father's throne.
Yes, of course.
You don't seem convinced. Is there something wrong?
Nothing. It's just that... what will become of me in all this?
We'll find you another husband if that concerns you. One who can make you happy. And if not, you'll stay at Riverspring under my protection. You can put your trust in me, little sister.
You really understand nothing of women, big brother. But to be frank, you've already abandoned me once. How can I be sure you won't do it again? I'd like to forget the past, Alistair. I'd like to have faith in you. But it's no easy task. Riverspring does not know you. All our people know is that you rode off to war and then disappeared afterwards. I slaved away to uphold these lands, to appease Lord Tywin, to convince our bannermen to remain loyal despite our disgrace. Father used to say, everything must be prepared for your brother's return. There was never a thought for us. As a woman, I accepted my fate. But for Garwin, it was different. Father didn't want him as an heir. He belittled him endlessly. In the end, he disinherited him on account of their ceaseless arguing. Then Garwin left, Father died, and you came back as if nothing had ever happened. You seem to think that Riverspring will pass you by right. But don't forget who made that possible.
How can you say that? I would make a terrible lord without you at my side. We will protect Riverspring from the Bloodseekers together, and we will rule it together. It may not be what Father would have wanted, but it is only fair.
That's enough for me. You have my support.
It's a joy to hear it. Now, if you would, I need you to gather the lords. I will soon confront Valar. I need them to be there, ready to lend their support.
That should be possible. Under the guise of preparing for the ceremony, I could go and speak with them without Valar suspecting a thing.
I'm counting on you to convince them, little sister.
I will do my best. Be careful.
A bloody strong woman. Your sister knows what she wants.
She has the heart of a warrior. Had she been born a man, the world would have been the better for it.
The world needs great women too, you know. Come, we have much to do.